Alright, thank you very much for clicking on the video. This is Gulpain, just back with another quick PSP review of the many PSP games that I've picked up. My PSP collection is growing exponentially, just like the universe. So this one is Samurai Shodown Anthology, or Samurai Shodown Collection. So this was developed by Terminal Reality and published by SNK, and it was released in EU in 2009, so in my territory. And basically this has the first 6 Samurai Showdowns. I think there's 6 of them in anyway. There's 6 of them in the PS2 one. Yeah, it does have 6 of them, yeah. So basically it comes with all the versions, but it doesn't have some of the extra versions. Like some of the versions of Samurai Shodown, particularly like the arcade versions, they had like updates and stuff. So I think it just has like the vanilla version, or the fanboy version, the first version of each game. But it does have some extras as well. Not as many extras as I would like a one player game to be, because like for me, the PSP, I mean, I'm not going to go down and ask some people to play Samurai Shodown ad hoc, you know, I don't know. So the one player mode for me needs to be really good for me to kind of keep coming back to the game. And this one is not really that good, to be honest, the one player mode. It just has the different Samurai Shodown games, and it's nice to see, you know, the kind of the development of the games, because mostly the Samurai Shodown game I played was the first one. I played a little bit of the second one, but it's mostly the first one that I played, and then I didn't really get into it after that at all. It's kind of like King of Fighters. There was so many of them, it just got confusing. So I kind of like stuck to the first couple when I give these games a go. SNK has loads of properties, IPs that they developed for the Neo Geo, and a lot of them are fighting games. So the first Samurai Shodown is great. I love Galford with the dog. That's fantastic. Heyomaru is another favourite character of mine as well. And also the female character with the bird I like as well. So just looking at one of the things that kind of drew me to Samurai Shodown, or kind of made it kind of stand out from other games, other fighting games, is kind of when you get closer to the characters. When the characters get close to each other, like the camera zooms in a bit and the sprites get bigger. So they didn't do that in like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. So that was kind of, they did it in Art of Fighting as well. So maybe it's like a trope from the SNK games. And also the interactive backgrounds is quite nice as well. I mean, there's not much interaction going on, like, to be honest. I know they have it in Street Fighter as well, where, you know, you can like crash into the crate or the barrel in Ken stage and stuff like that. But there's not a great environmental sort of emphasis placed on certain games. Eternal Champions is one that comes to mind. It does have sort of like environmental fatalities, but it's mainly the more modern fighting games. They do have kind of interaction with the environment as one of the kind of the main gameplay elements, or one of the, not main gameplay elements, supplementary gameplay elements. So it seems to be the same roster of characters in the Samurai Shodown kind of games. So I'm not overly familiar with Samurai Shodown. Samurai Shodown, World Heroes, Art of Fighting, those sort of games, I'm not really overly familiar with them. I was a Street Fighter guy myself. But I do love the art style. And the art style is getting progressively better. You can see here as the games progress as well. So yeah, Nakaruru, that was the I used to use her in the King of Fighters as well. Her team. I think she's in King of Fighters anyway. So for me, the Samurai Shodown game that I played the most, as I said a few minutes ago, was Samurai Shodown 1. The reason for that was because I had it on the Mega Drive when I was like really young. It was one of the first games I've ever played on the Mega Drive, I think. And I remember seeing in magazines like what Samurai Shodown, kind of what it was. And kind of when it was coming to like the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive, like it was a way scaled down version. And I remember playing it like later on, a few years later when I was a bit bigger, and I kind of understood what was going on. And like the difference between the Mega Drive version and the Neo Geo version, or the arcade version, was huge. Like, because I think I had played Samurai Shodown in an arcade. I definitely played World Heroes in an arcade in Dublin, and I loved it. So I loved Charlotte and Hanzo and Fuma. And Street Fighter was sort of like my go-to game, Street Fighter 2, when I was very small. I never really wasn't a huge fan of Mortal Kombat, but Street Fighter is my go-to game. So any other sort of one-on-one fighting game I was very interested in. And Samurai Showdown, like the art style of it looks fantastic, and the Ippon and On Guard and all that good stuff, and all of the special moves and all was very cool. But there was just something about the controls of it that I just didn't acclimate to. I much prefer the kind of the fluid kind of combo system of Street Fighter, as opposed to the kind of more weapon based. You also have to like tap the button sometimes when you're doing like you both go in with your swords or your weapons, and then you have to tap the button, and then whoever doesn't win the tap competition, their weapon goes flying in the air. So the weapon combat, it wasn't really a massive deal in this game. Like it was, I don't remember them making a massive deal about it. You know, like this is like so revolutionary. These characters are using swords, because like in other one-on-one fighting games, like they have weapons as well. So, but yeah, this is the last one here, or this is well, was this Samurai Showdown 4? One of the ones. I give them all a go. I've been playing it. Like I finished the first game with Galford, and I think I finished the second game with Heyomaru, and then I'm not sure if I finished the. Yeah, I think I went through the whole the third game as well, and then I just sort of tried 4, 5, and 6. They're not really ones that I'd be accustomed to, and plus I think they're very similar anyway. This character here is gigantic. I always thought it was funny when they did that. That was one thing that the Super Nintendo Samurai Showdown 1 was missing, was the big fat guy who was actually in the Mega Drive version, but the Mega Drive version was awful. Like it was so bad. I'll always remember when I was really small playing it, and I didn't really understand. But probably wasn't a game for a child either. You know, like swords and blood and stuff like that. But I think they did kind of censor some of the stuff anyway for the European audience. So that's a Samurai Shodown Anthology. Let me know if you're a Samurai Showdown fan in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Adios.